Good morning, everyone, and welcome in. At the time that I'm recording, it is the morning time. I just got up. I figured I would get a video going. This video is going to be centered around the retrograde. So the channel I have here is about working toward abundance, full, complete, authentic life. In that process, we deal with shadow work and things that could be inhibiting us, or things getting in the way, feeling that we don't understand. So what I do is I tap in, I just see if there's a message. So the collective messages that we do, it's not specific. We do a different one. I'm going to be doing some astrological ones. But at this moment, we have retrograde coming in for Mercury, and it starts Sunday, like November 9th. It's already starting to take effect, because you always have the pre-shadow and then a little bit after. So what I want to do today is I pulled some cards already to see how is Mercury retrograde in general going to affect us. What is the main themes that we're going to see or we need to be aware of, because that's where your shadow work comes in, because we talked about it yesterday. Mercury retrograde is a time to reflect, a time to see what we need, what we don't need, what's getting in the way, what's hindering us, what painful things or things that we keep shoving down. What are some things that we could address, feel, remove, release? And it's not that we're forgiving or we're saying it's okay. It's called processing it. It happened. It sucks. This is how it makes me feel. But I want to release it because I don't want it to fester. I don't want it to hurt me. I don't want it to be a hindrance in my life. Now, usually you've held on to something for a while. That's what Mercury retrograde works on. There are things from your past, things from like how you live your life, what you're doing. So during this season, I know that people get very upset that understand it, or people that don't understand it, I should say. It's needed. Mercury retrograde causes you to deal with the things that you're shoving and trying to ignore. Not fun, but it does take a little bit of effort to go in and look at it for what it really is. I have things I want to try to work on this season. The moon cycle, which is finishing in about 2 weeks, is about self-care and a reality check. So we're looking at ourselves, healing body, mind, and soul. So physical health, mental health, our soul purpose, things we're dealing with, things we're working toward. It's our purpose in life. So while we're addressing this, Mercury retrograde decided to come in. So we're going to take a look at things. We're going to try to understand things, because the new cycle that keeps showing up in the cards, I don't make the messages. I literally just say what's coming in for the collective, and the collective is everybody that lives in the world, everybody that's connected, everybody that's conscious, everybody that's a part of this circle of the world we live in. I mean, it could be in outer space, but we don't know them. So everything that's happening, we kind of have a general flow, because we are affected by the planets and the energies, the world, the weather, the sun, everything that's around us. So look at your life as being connected to everybody. We all are dealing with something. So how my messages work, just so if you're new here, welcome in. If you're coming back, I'm so glad you decided to join us again. The messages are timeless. So this is during retrograde, but if it comes to you, it means there's something in here. If you wanted to click on it, or it was, it came up on your feed randomly and you're like, oh, let me see. It's something in there that your guides, or the people that are with you, your team, I guess they call it your team, they want you to be aware of something. So maybe you're dealing with something at a later time. I read energy. I don't see spirits or ghosts. I feel them. I know when the energy's here. But I read to help people. My goal, so if you want to subscribe, and if you like this and you're resonating with the videos that I've been putting out, definitely go ahead and subscribe. It grows the channel. But it's not what my goal is. I would love for you to subscribe, but I want to do this. I'm going to continue to do it whether you subscribe or not. It just, like I said, it gives you like when I put a video out, it sends you a notification. If you like this stuff, definitely hit that like. I would love to know if things resonate with you. If you want to comment, you know, I will comment with all of them. I appreciate the comments and the interaction. So first thing we're going to do is see how in general Mercury retrograde is going to play out on the field. Also, Mercury retrograde, so be prepared for my videos. You stumble over your words. It's communication. So sometimes we'll say words, or words will come out, we're like, I didn't mean to say that. So just know, be careful with your words. So this is what's coming to me. So this must be one of the things. Be careful with your words during Mercury retrograde, because the way you say it, how you say it, the sentence you put together, the emphasis could be taken differently than what you're saying. So, and it's not all bad or good. It's that be careful how you're saying things. Be careful responding in anger or in emotional response, because you could say things that you really don't mean, or that get twisted. Or like when you're sending text messages, all I'm going to say is be careful when you're sending it, because you could be saying hey and you put it in caps because by accident you hit the double cap and it says hey and it sounds like you're yelling at somebody. That's the type of thing. Or be careful if, you know, like, what are you doing? And you're just like curious, like, hey, what's up? What you doing? And you put it some way and they're like, oh, what do they want to know what I'm doing? It's none of their business what I'm doing. So that's the type of energy. So be careful what you're saying. Be careful saying something to somebody in the midst of not fight or flight, but emotional distress or being upset. So that is a message for probably a big group of us, because we do respond differently. Because what happens is, that's why they're telling me to explain it to you. Okay, I said this before. When Mercury retrograde comes through, it likes to piss you off. It likes to aggravate you. So when it's aggravating you, it's causing the lid that you close all the stuff down. When that lid blows open because you're upset, all of how you really feel comes out. Like being mad at your husband because of the garbage. This is what I said yesterday. You're mad at him because he didn't take the garbage out. But why did you get so crazy? It wasn't just the garbage. There was other things. Husband, wife, whatever. And when you take that lid off and you get mad, then you start spewing out how you really feel about things. And especially if one of those people are in your way and one of those people have upset you, usually it's family or people close or something that's happened, or you start really saying how you feel. Now, it's important to say what you feel, but not in a state of I want to strangle you type of thing, you know. So be careful. If you feel like saying something, try to think. You're going to be mad, or you're going to be frustrated, or you're going to be standing in the line at the bank and the lady's going to keep going, and you might be a little agitated and say something, but then you're going to trigger a ripple effect and it's not going to help anything, you know. So be cautious with your words, that you don't say something you can't take back in these next couple weeks. So there must be something with communication coming in. These are little cards I made. This is a little deck I created for my tarot therapy sessions and things of that nature. So your first one out is I am being manipulated, or I am manipulating someone. So during Mercury retrograde in this cycle, evaluate if you are being manipulated by someone or if you are doing the manipulating. And you might not even realize it. This is not like, oh, why you got to be like that. This is, you could be thinking that you're not doing something, but you're actually controlling somebody for your benefit, or you make somebody feel guilty till they do something for you because you don't have anybody else, or you know, you might be controlling, or you could be being controlled. So this one is perfect for, this is a collective reading. So you're either being manipulated or you are manipulating somebody. So this is something during Mercury retrograde that could be addressed or come up or become an issue, or you might see it. So be on the lookout where you feel like, or you feel like you're doing it, manipulating a situation, a person, whatever. You might have control, you might have a power, or you might be one under the power or being controlled because somebody else has control of you. And you have the choice to not do things, because sometimes we get like self-sabotage or self-entrapment and we think we have to do something, but honestly we can change. It's just that we don't want to fight with people, or we don't want to hurt somebody, whatever. But this is one of the things that's going to be coming up. So if you feel this emotion of being manipulated or trying to manipulate people to get your way, consider, do you need to evaluate how you're doing things? Do you need to change? Do you need to release something? Do you need to say, no, I'm not doing this anymore. You are manipulating me. You are using me, and I need to exit, or I need to stop doing this, or I can't do it. And if the person, oh, no, I need you to stop because I'm not doing this anymore. Or you need to be addressing somebody so they are aware, because I'm telling you, 50% of the time, a person that's manipulating really isn't doing it intentionally. There are people that do it purposely, but there's probably 50% of the people that are doing something and they don't even realize really that they're really causing distress to you. You might just always go along with it because you just feel guilty, like you need to do it. And you're like, oh, okay. And they're like, oh, good, someone's helping me, you know. The other thing is I have to complain. I can't be quiet. So during Mercury retrograde, you're going to be aggravated. So there's going to be a handful of you that are just going to be totally ticked off and complaining about everything. So be pre-warned. If you are the receiver, what I'm hearing is just let them complain. Let them get it out. Let them blow off that steam that they need to. And if you're complaining and you feel like you're frustrated because all you want to do is complain, and you've seen this video, think, okay, I'm complaining, but why am I so like aggravated with everything? So there's probably a stem problem or something that's upsetting you, or something that's already inhibiting you from doing things you want, or it's just adding on top of it. Like there's a frustrating situation or something you're dealing with, or something you're lacking, or something that's happening, and everything that comes in is just poking at the bear. It's just making it worse. So in this time, what I'm hearing is either be accepting and let that person complain and get it out. If it's not hurting you and you can deal with it, just let them complain. Let them release it, because maybe that's what they need to do. And there's been nobody that's been able to listen to them, or they've had nobody that they can vent to. And now it's so full, and everything's like so volatile in their life that they can't help but spit it out, because there's no more room to shove anything down. That's what I'm feeling. So that person that's doing it, find someone to release it to. Find somehow to understand it, or go outside and talk to yourself and say, why am I doing this? But like, you can talk to yourself. It's okay. You don't have to tell nobody, but find a way to release it, because it's going to get in the way, and it's going to make you even more frustrated. If you're already frustrated in a situation and more stuff keeps coming through, it's just going to make you feel worse. So you're just going to be, or you're going to say something. You're going to be that person and be like saying, you know, you need to get a job. You're just a lazy blah, 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 blah. You know, maybe they are, but it's going to come out the wrong way. And that person's just going to get mad at you. They're not going to consider getting a job. They're just going to say, man, they're a jerk. You know? So, excuse me, it's morning. The next thing that might be coming up is I am angry, mad, or resentful about something right now. That is Mercury retrograde in a whole pocket. This is probably everybody. There is something that you're upset about that needs to be dealt with. And I don't mean you have to go and punch somebody or go and take it out. I'm saying you need to assess it, feel it, understand what you're upset about, and then try to release it. Try to give it away. Try to say, I'm not going to let it do this anymore. I didn't do it. Or is it them? Is it me? Do I need to change something? Did I make somebody, I'm upset that they have something and I don't. What do I need to do to get it? If I'm resentful of something that happened, or resentful of somebody and what they have or what's going on, and it upsets me, then what am I going to do to change it? Now, if I am upset about something and I haven't said it, you might want to address it or get ready to understand why you're so upset about it. Is it worthy of being upset? And I'm not trying to downplay anybody's things. Is it worthy of losing a family member, or losing a husband or boyfriend, or losing your best friend? Is it really worth losing a best friend? Or is it worth having a conversation and being real and letting it unfold naturally? Now, saying it in a mean way and saying it like, this is how it's making me feel. I don't understand. And I just want to come to you because I love you and I care about you. I don't want this to come off the wrong way. But this, what you're doing or what's happening, this is how it's making me feel. Whether it's real, whether it's the right way to feel, whether it's This is how I feel. And the honesty and talking to somebody is going to be a lot less detrimental or put somebody on their defenses, because if you're saying it with like, I love you, I don't want to lose you, but this thing that you're doing or this thing that is happening, it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong, this is how it's making me feel. Being honest about how you feel, being authentic and saying, listen, I don't want to not say something to you and then get bitter or get angry about something, and then we fight about something else and I walk away or you walk away, or you don't understand why I'm upset, or you are not doing something intentionally. Like, I want to believe that you're not doing this intentionally, but you may have to address it. Okay, so that's for probably everybody or a good group of people, because that is literally about what Mercury retrograde is like presenting. It's helping you to deal with things that you're not dealing with, okay? And this new cycle coming in, you don't want all this baggage. You want to be clear. You want to be able to raise your frequency, go to a better timeline, be on a better place. That's the idea of why I think this is going to be really beneficial. And you're in that self-care type of mode from this moon, so it amplifies it to a point that you maybe can't ignore it and actually have to address it and do something. I feel like that's what I'm feeling like. The universe is telling me they're gonna deal with it whether they want to or not, because we're putting double whammies in place for their benefit. It's gonna feel frustrating, or they're not gonna want to do it, and they're gonna be like, oh, I don't want to deal with this right now. This isn't what I wanted to deal with. But it's going to be beneficial. And I feel like if you go into it saying, okay, I need to deal with this. This is not what I want to do, but I don't want to feel like this. And I don't want to lose the people I love, or I don't want to cause something else to stem from it or go explode and somebody finds out something that I should have just addressed to them. Because a lot of times when we get upset, we complain to other people, and then somebody else could go back and say something, and then you just stir the pot. And listen, we have every right to be upset about something, but if we're complaining to everybody else but the person that needs to hear it, you could cause a lot of strife, a lot of issues. So, especially if there's someone you love, you'd think you could go to them and talk to them. There are people that are hard to go to, but sometimes you just gotta like suck it up and go, okay, I gotta do this. And not that it's gonna be easy, but when you're done, you're gonna feel better because you're gonna have released your frustration. And that's where you can usually move on. Because a lot of times if you say, this is how I feel, and somebody doesn't accept it or they're still stupid, you still can move on a lot easier because you have released what's upsetting you. You have let it out. Because when you hold it in, it festers, it hurts you. It's not good. I'm having trouble making a decision and don't want to be the one to choose. Okay, so there is things that we've had to address. This is the first thing that's come to me. And it was immediate, no thought. There are things that have been brought to us through self-care, acknowledgement, past Mercury retrograde in August. And I think what's happening is that we know what needs to be addressed, and the thought of having to choose it and having to be the person to make that choice is hard, or it's hurting us, or we don't want to do it. And I think the choice is that we're hoping somebody else will do it so we don't have to do it, because then we're like, oh, they chose it, but what's the problem is that it may not be chosen, and then you might be stuck with something you don't want. And then no choice is your choice, that you're going to stay right where you were. And the choice that you need to make it, because nobody else is going to make it for you. And like I always tell people with tarot, I can read your tarot cards and I can give you the energy. They are not a magic 8-ball. They do not tell you what you're supposed to do. They tell you this is the energy, and if you keep going, see, they don't tell you what the energy, they tell you this is what's happening. And then if you do a Celtic cross, if you continue in the path that you're doing, this is the outcome. So if you take the energy that's in front of you and say, oh, I don't like that, I want a different trajectory, and you decide to do something different, or you decide to change, then the trajectory of what's going to happen has changed. But then you have to do a whole nother reading, because now you're going to change the energy. And once again, if you stay at that energy, it's going to be a trajectory of what would happen if you continued in the energy you have. So you see the cycle. They're not ever going to tell you what they're going to do. They're not going to tell you what's going to unfold. They're going to say, if you stay here, this is what's going to happen. If you didn't get your reading, that's where you were going. And when you know, you can change it. So now it's not valid. It's not probably true unless you say, okay, I'm just going to keep going. But then in the back of your mind, you know something, so you might act differently. You have to make a decision based on what you feel is right. You're in your decision. You're in your place. You know what's happening. You know what you want. And you can make a decision and nobody can predict it. And you don't know. And sometimes that's where you have to use your intuition. You have to make a choice. What is the best for me? When I look at X, Y, and Z, what is the best for me? There's no guarantee it's going to be good or it's going to be terrible. Sometimes we have to just make a choice. And I feel like there's a major thing in your life. This is a group of people. This isn't everybody. Remember, these are things that are the main things. There's a group of people that they either know what they have to do, they know what the problem is, and they don't know what to do because they're scared to death, or they don't want to leave it, or they're either having trouble. They know what they're supposed to do. That's what I'm hearing. You know exactly what you're supposed to do. But the pain of doing it, or the upset, or saying it, or being in it, it upsets you, or you don't want to do it, or you don't know how to approach it because you know you need to say leave something and you don't know how to say I'm leaving, or you don't have money and you're where are you going to go if it's like a relationship. So use your discernment. Think about what this time of Mercury retrograde might be a reflection time. So you might be able to approach something or say things, I need to talk to you because if things keep going the way they're going, I'm not sure if I can do it, or if I can stay, or if I can be here, or I feel like things are changing in my life. I just want you to know there's a chance that this might not continue for me. Like if you're at a job, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not happy, or suggest what you're looking for if you need to make a decision, or if there's a job that you've been offered and you need to make a decision. Do I stay in my job where I'm used to it, I'm comfortable, whatever, or do I take a chance and go to this new opportunity, this new job, this new relationship, this new location, whatever it might be, because that's what's coming in. So I think what's happening is there's a group of us that have things that are coming in, and they're opportunities or they're changes that probably need to happen or should happen, and we're being given opportunities. Are we going to let them fade away out of fear? Or are we going to say, no, I'm okay here? Or, you know what? I'm going to take a leap of faith and that's where I'd like to go. Or this, I really feel like this is where I need to go. And you're going to use your gut instincts, not in fight or flight, but just your gut instincts, your heart space that says, okay, I'm seeing a lot of things. And do I believe that the universe is going to take care of me? Do I believe the universe is going to give me signs? Do I believe that God, if you need to pray to your God or God, whatever you want to call it. I don't get involved in people's personal religion. There's a higher power. Check with the divine. If you're quiet and you have still time, the divine will let you know what you need to do. Okay? So that's just a little tidbit for our Mercury retrograde. We're just going to do a quick little card pull to see if there's a message coming in for today. So, do you have anything for my people for today as a message, whether it goes with this or it's a totally separate thing? Is there a message for today? All right, so let's see what we got here. We have 3 cards that came out. Your first card is the Spider, and this one is Wheel of Fortune. Luck, change, destiny. Yeah, things are moving. This came out before. The Wheel of Fortune is like things moving in the right direction. I read energy in this deck. So this deck, I don't do reversals when I'm reading for some reason. It's just the way it works. So this is the energy of things may have been stuck, or they are stuck, but they're going to be moving. Or there was a purpose for it being stuck. Okay, like it wasn't the right time. That's what I'm also hearing. So Wheel of Fortune's coming in. You might have it. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. Mercury retrograde's coming in. So either things are going to be moving and you're going to have to start dealing with things, or there might be a little bit of delay for the couple weeks that Mercury retrograde's going on. Just know that it's coming. Just be patient. It's coming in. The next one you have is a little panda bear. And this one is Page of Earth. Manifesting, learning, grounded. This is like in the Page of Earth is Page of Pentacles, and Page of Pentacles is like a grounded opportunity. It's like a new slow moving opportunity that's coming in, something that's coming at you that's very grounded for your security. It's a good thing. So there may be, the wheels are turning. There's a new opportunity coming in, which is why I think Mercury retrograde is so important. There's a new cycle coming in for everybody. And I think that in the most part, it's beneficial. And I think there's been a little bit of a delay to kind of get things. I mean, we have our shutdown, we have things going on. There's new things popping through. We got 3-eye Atlas flying through the sky, making everybody wonder if aliens are coming. So everybody's got their panties in a pinch, going crazy. Oh my God, the aliens are coming. Listen, I don't care if the aliens are coming. Everybody knows if they watch my channel, I don't care. I want to meet them. If they're aliens, come on down. Have some coffee. This is a change that's being ushered in. And for most of us, I can't say all, because if you're not moving on a higher vibration, it's going to push you down. It's a very strong positive or heavy, quick energy, and it's going to either whoosh you into a higher timeline or it's going to crush you and you're going to go down. That is why you're being told, get your stuff together, find balance, take care of your health, do these things, because this energy that's coming in is supposed to activate DNA, things within your life, a higher vibration. So it's either going to cripple you because it's too much for you, because you're so like at that point. That's why I said it's important for you to deal with the things and let go of all the stress, the anxiety, and the control of what your life needs to be. Because if you let it go and you just say, okay, I'm going for the ride, I want a better, more abundant, peaceful life. And if you do that and you can really, not just saying it, you feel it, like you're like, I can't do this anymore, I want this new cycle. What you want is what you manifest in. What you think about is what you manifest in. So if you're thinking, oh yeah, I want a full life, I want to be abundant, I want to be understanding things and being happy and being helpful, and you're going to go whoosh right up on that timeline. Now, we can tell ourselves anything. Are you really ready to live a change, to be in a higher vibration, to see the world in different eyes, to see everybody as one? Are you divided, or are you wanting to be together? That's a main thing too, because when you want to see everybody together, you're going to see them together. If you think there's a divide and you're mad at everybody and their mother, you're going to stay down there. You're going to even possibly go lower and still have more hate or more frustration or more pissed offness. Okay. So understand that we're all collectively connected. Your last card to go with it is the Turtle. And this is 5 of Water, sorrow, regret, loss. So there is I feel like there's going to be, you have this Wheel of Fortune coming in, an opportunity to go to something, but there's loss, there's change, there's going to be things that happen. So in Mercury retrograde, you got to lose something. That's the part of it that doesn't always feel good. And I think what's happening is the opportunities are coming in, but for them to come in, and for these opportunities to come in, you have to walk away from something, which is going to in turn probably cause you a little bit of sadness. Or if people have been abusing you, you may have to walk away from it to find happiness, abundance, and joy. But in the fact of finding abundance and joy, you are going to have to deal a little bit with the sadness that I'm leaving that behind. But in turn, you're going to heal. And this new life, this new experience is going to come in, because you have sadness because you're leaving behind something you've always had. This is like generational things that you're leaving behind. This is a brand new book that's coming in. And we are used to, I feel it with, like I always say, oh, in the 70s, we did this, we did that, whatever. I'm a 70s baby. It's sad for me because I know I have those memories, what we did, what life was like. Life isn't like that anymore. And there is a sadness. So that's the kind of sadness I'm talking about. It's not like, oh, I'm going to die. You're going to be like, it's a sadness because what was is no longer, that's not what it is. We have a new life, a new things. But if you are holding on to that old life, there's going to be sadness. If you are willing to let it go and say, okay, I want something better. That was beautiful. That was then. We loved it. It's great memories. But I'm ready to usher in this new world, this new life, this new thing, this new way of being, because I want to be happy and joyful. I don't want to always be looking back and saying, oh, I wish it was like that, because I've seen myself doing it. It's like you just, oh, we used to do this. It used to be so much fun. Well, that's not life now. And I've had to come to that. That's something I've had to deal with. So I feel like you guys, oh, and there you go. Your choice. This is 7 of water. That's exactly what's coming in. It's almost like just saying, yes, there could be some delays, but things are coming in for you. Something that's very good, very grounding, very good for you. But there's going to be a little bit of a sadness, or there's going to be a loss, because you're going to have to make a decision to move away from something that was for so long, or it felt good then, but now it's not good for you anymore. And there's a choice that, or illusions are being lifted. Like you thought it was so good and you're like, oh, maybe it wasn't as good as I thought. Because this card is also for illusions, for choices. And it's telling you you're going to have a little bit of sorrow. You're going to have a little bit of sadness, because you're going to have to leave behind the things that you probably have become comfortable with in your life. And they're no longer there. Somebody could have died. Job could be finished. A relationship is done. Whatever, you know, the job needs you to go somewhere else, but you really want it. But at the same time, you're just so used to. There's a little bit of that fear when it's something you're not used to. So I'm just going to pull you one card so this doesn't get too long. Usually I try to stay within like 25 minutes to 35 minutes. We're at 31, and there's your card. So to finish this, we've got the beautiful rose, the pink rose. I used to call it my cotton candy rose. You need to create balance in your life. Schedule some downtime or me time. Don't feel guilty if you need to say no. I couldn't finish this with a better card. Excuse me. So, balance. This card was everything we're talking about. Taking care of yourself. And don't feel guilty that you have to take care of yourself. It's okay. That's the new thing. Take care of yourself. That's a beautiful card. I can't believe. I love the way the universe and my guides work with the cards. So, guys, that's your message. Get ready for Mercury Retrograde. It is coming, baby. And use it for your benefit. Don't get upset with it. It's going to be frustrating here and there, but use it for your benefit. If it slows you down, do some research. You know, say, okay, it's Mercury Retrograde. And you're going to tell your brain, just calm your horses. Okay, we're just going to have to be patient, brain. We can't get to the place we want to, or there might be delays, there might be mishaps. And right now, if you're flying, you better be ready to have some mishaps, because until they open our government in America, flights are all crazy. And how ironic that it's just starting to be affected right before Mercury Retrograde. So during Mercury Retrograde, if you have to fly, you better make alternative plans and have an extra pocketbook just in case you have to readjust or do things. So that's for somebody out there. Guys, have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow with another video for you.